Not a heel striker massively with the irons, you're a toe striker.
No, yeah, exactly, yeah. And my 3 would goes on with my driver.
What do you make of this, Dan? What do you make of this?
That I wouldn't say is massively common for a low handicap golfer.
Interesting.
Are you a tinkerer? Play around with those?
I try not to.
And would you say that a little fade is kind of what you get with a driver then?
It's a hard one. I think really it's a bit of a draw. I mean, I'm trying to do what we're doing on the range a little bit here, but yeah, I would say I feel I lose a lot of yardage for some reason when, like,
you are. I mean,
oh, this could get exciting.
So you're a 111 club head speed,
right?
Okay, which is what, you 110 to 112.
Yeah,
is that about where you're at? Carry distance. 253, spinning it at 2.7, launching it at 10.
And it's just 8.5 degree driver as well.
0.3 down ball.
Yeah, so it is,
This is all alright, the old lie position's pretty good with it. The 253.
And if I've got to hit a fairway, it's not, it probably isn't even that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I said I was going to do a little sort of choppy down the left side type, and if I've got a really open fairway, I can hit it anywhere, I can hit it like smother left so easily. But often out the heel.
Okay, just try and get a little bit more shape into out.
Into out?
Yeah, I want it with a driver.
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to feel like
we're going to do a draw, are we?
You're going to get a little draw.
Little draw.
You're going to get a soft
talking to the wrong person, right?
Yeah. Toe strike is a feel that I want you to try and react to if you can. So
you want me to get a toe strike?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. How high do you hit the driver?
Not excessively high or low. Is that
how much do you think your path moved there from the previous swing to that swing?
I would imagine a fair. I'm guessing a fair bit, but
8 degrees. 8.5 degrees.
Okay.
So you've moved it from about 0 on that last previous swing.
Yeah.
And the swing before was around the same.
Right.
So then 8 degrees into out.
Okay.
So that's
you asked for a little draw.
Subtle, like 2 or 3 max.
Yeah.
So let's try and get that feeling that it's not quite as extreme as what you've just put on it there. So where do you think you struck it as well?
I felt like I didn't strike it near the toe actually.
4mm toe, so that was tidy.
Oh, yes, I did that once. That, if I had to feel, that felt like I was steep on it, but it felt kind of okay. I mean, it should have been on the fairway, I would imagine. I don't know.
Okay. So we're going to try and feel now that we're going to try and hit it up in the air a little bit more. So can you just try and get the feeling like you're going to hit a little bit more on the up?
Yeah. You keep saying little.
Yeah, I like
to do it with bigger.
Well, go bigger and then I can rein you in from there. How about that? Okay, so make sure you feel like you're staying behind the ball a little bit more to hit up on it, yeah? Okay. So you can hit it high, try and launch it. Right, now you're starting to get it out there where you should be getting it.
Okay. Well, I would never started to try and draw it for me, correctly.
This is quite fascinating.
It's a move,
yeah,
isn't it?
everything, yeah.
So
do
how
it so
much do you
quickly.
think? I mean, that was tiny there.
So that would be okay, I think, that one.
Yeah,
I mean, I felt like
2 degrees. You're 2 degrees into out. You carried that 2.67.
I thought it was an inside.
The launch was at 12.8, so we're nearly there. We launched there.
Because I would be thinking normally, if I'm going to hit a higher one, it would be this way.
Yeah.
Whereas you're sort of saying go with that.
Yeah, as long as you maintain that spine angle this way, you don't feel like you get on top of it and smother it.
Yeah. Okay. That's steady.
Well, that was probably the key.
Yeah, is it? No?
Oh, it was.
yeah,
behind yeah. You're nearly there. You get that strike a little bit out the toe.
Yeah.
Like that's your sweet spot. Get it out the toe, because you know where's the sweet.
I forgot about trying to do the toe. Yeah,
so
like there is nice.
Yeah, correct. Because your now path is moving at 3 degrees in to out. Your CG is moving when you move the path. So people go, where's the sweet spot in the club? They always go right in the middle of the. Well, it's not, because it will move depending on what you deliver.
Right. Yeah.
So in that position there, because you're coming more from the inside, you've got to try and feel like you're trying to have that strike position a little bit more into it.
I kind of feel a little bit like it's like with the longer club, it gets trapped, and I get even more, and then I even more have to save it, if that makes sense. But then I've been thinking that I've wanted to be going this way, and so that's not helped things at all with my driver. I mean, I've kind of wanted this low left through the ball sort of vibe with the driver to stop it from.
But the problem, what you've been doing is you've been getting
that
on
way
top of it with the
and that's where that comes in when I do the old.
Yeah, possibly.
I feel like if I turn more, at least I've got a bit more.
I want you to feel, so you're still going to drive. Like I still want you to drive the lower half, but I still want that top half to just feel like it wants to stay.
Yeah, behind.
Don't get it
turned that way. Yeah.
I've been there, done it.
Yeah. Well, I feel like and I can do that. You can imagine me going like this.
Spin is a bit low. Pass is better, strike is still a little bit out of. Let's just have a play with this. So,
well, that could be a revelation, because I can definitely swing some. It's something that I feel like I can manage. Anything from the inside, I feel like I can get it going. I can do it consistently, so.
Yeah, it's. I'm just going to bring this, you've gone higher in the, all you're going to do is you're just dragging the CG further back, which is creating that a little bit more spin.
Yeah.
So I almost want you to if I could get you into a setup which was a higher launch,
yeah.
So you know, you're at 8.5 in the driver, if I could get you up into a 10-degree driver, like get your launch up, but spin down, that's when you're going to start winning.
Yeah.
So sometimes, again, if you move strike, some players will track CG. So if you move the weight into the heel area, trying to promote a draw, what can happen is, like yes, you're putting weight into the heel to slow the heel down in some ways.
Yeah.
But what can happen is you can start then tracking to that CG point
against it,
which then actually what you end up doing is start striking it in the heel.
Oh right.
So you've got to be so careful. Some players will react slightly different.
And a high in to out off the toe. Oh, that's definitely off the toe. Probably a bit on.
Okay, so only 0.6 up, but we definitely, by me pushing you, so if you read the bottom of that driver now, you know, it's the driver's telling you that I've put you into a fade setting. Well, that's not fading. All it's done is it's helped hopefully move the strike location. 11 millimeters in the toe, 16 millimeters high. Whereas in before this, you were kind of more 4 or 5 millimeters in the heel, still high.
Yeah, I hate the heel one. I hate it.
Well, you can see it from your club face. You've worn the heel out.
Yeah. Right.
263, spinning it at 1A. Like your numbers are better. 1A on the up. So now you're hitting up on it by 1.8 degrees. On that,
and what's the target? Would you say?
Yeah, well, if you can keep it up around 4 for you at the moment, 1.8 is very good. You know, if you can maintain that and not drop down too much below that, then you're going to start to just launch that ball. Because I mean, you've gone from a 9/10 degree launch, so around 12 now. Yeah. And we haven't even changed the loft. Right. So we're improving things. The ones. So I'm really liking the fact that you're striking that one there. See that spot there at the toe, which is 14 millimeters in the toe, 11 millimeters high. I mean, that's where you're going to get your bomb balls. That's the one, That's where you're going to get it from. But the downside is that, you know, the driver that you're in is a low spinning driver. If you would have had that driver in a 10.5 degree driver head to start with, we might get that launch just a fraction higher.
I guess I've always veered away from that because I'm a heel striker, and that spinny heel on a more lofted club is a nightmare.
You're going nowhere.
It's okay.
But I still think, because we're only spinning it at 1/8, you know, you're playing golf. You know, if you're going to compete, I like, you know, don't get me wrong. If you can get it spinning at around 2,000, 2.2, you're going to get your most yardage generally out of the ball before it starts dipping. You're going to see that ball just dip. If you start revving it, you know, I can hit the ball a bit further if I spin it around that 2.2 mark, but I like to spin it at about 2.6, 2.7 because I know I can manage that. Right. I can keep it.
And would this be my delivery? What do I need to change if I need to spin it up a bit? I mean, I would mentally feel like I'm just going to sort of fade it up a bit. I would kind of go that way into the ball.
The issue you're going to have, there's a combination why you're launching it a fraction higher. Okay? The launch of it is going to come from the slight tilt, feeling like hitting up on it a little bit more. But then it's obviously, the face is obviously, it's curving this way. So if you hit it higher up the face, which is what you're doing, you're hitting it a fraction higher. The loft further up the club is a little bit higher. If you start going down the face, which is going to generate you a little bit more spin, the problem is you might start launching it a bit lower again. So it's always that balance, and this is why fittings of drivers are really, really important. Just try and feel like you can hit that a fraction lower in the face, and let's just see what happens to the spin on it. It might hopefully just rev it up a few hundred revs. One up on the ball, 1.1 up, so that's good. So we're maintaining that upward approach, which is what we want. You start getting below that.
So if I went for like a 3 up, would that be?
If you can get it, let's see it. I'm sure we're going to see that, but we'll try. You want higher tea?
Yeah, you've got an orange one.
Do you go orange tea? Is that what you normally do?
No, but I saw you had one, so if I'm going up, it'll give you some place to go.
Well, your spin is revved right up, doesn't it? So where do you think you're showing? 3.6 up.
There you go, right, okay.
So you have got the ability to get it up in the air like that. Spin, I don't know where the strike was, it didn't pick it up, but it ball speed up at 155, so that's a bit more like it. Launching it at 12.6. If you can get that launch, you must have struck it. Did you strike it low?
No, I think I struck it quite well.
How are you changing it, Stu? How are you doing it? What are you telling your body? I'm fascinated.
It's just tilting.
Oh, okay.
It's tilting. So use your shoulders as a bit of a launch pad. So
to put them lower to get the angle higher?
He's going more this way. When he comes into impact, he's getting them this way.
Right.
If you do that,
then he's attacking now.
So a bit of like when you look at Rory, you see them off. You mean they?
You can see them. You see them in some of these pictures at address. They'll feel like they're. Like Rory's a massive hitter up on the ball.
Right.
Okay, so he'll get very much behind the ball as he's coming up through this.
Yes.
Because he's got so much speed coming through.
Yeah.
See, I'm worried about that because I've always worried about the hook because I feel like an up is promoting that and a down's promoting this.
Yeah, but we've not. There's no evidence of that right now.
No.
From what you've been delivering today, and that's what we can go on. But the danger one for you is the low smother left.
Yeah.
Because you strike it out the heel and it doesn't quite gear back for you.
Yeah.
The other one is obviously you just get those puffy ones that just don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
You're giving 20 yards to the golf course.
Yeah. I feel that.
You've known that, haven't you? You were saying that.
Oh,
you
yeah.
just weren't really sure what.
Yeah, but you could probably play it because you probably just hit this little puffy one down the middle.
Exactly, yeah, it's so frustrating.
Whereas you get on the big golf course and then it finds you out pretty quickly.
And I found that, yeah, last, yeah, it does.
Then you're taking those head covers off more.
Leave them off.
So that's a 270 carry now.
Yeah, I'd say definitely take that. I mean, just, yeah, it was high, but it was, 3-6 up again.
3-6
yeah,
up.
Yeah, I think as a way to go, I'd like to see that flat out on the course. See, see where I always, it's nice to see a few and then think, okay, I'm going to go with that. Because I think that like the flat, flighted one is quite nice. If you keep
so why do you think that's just gone back to the right there as a drift? Considering your path is into out by, so it's into out by 1.3 degrees, so you've got a good, pretty neutral path.
Yeah.
Your club face was actually slightly close to that path, yet it's managed to fade on you.
Yeah.
And this is where ball flight, the old way of coaching, and ball flight, that's lying to you.
Right.
Because you're now going to go, I must be swinging it a bit out to in and a cut there.
Yeah.
Whereas actually all you've done is you've struck it in a heel position of the club and it's geared right for you.
Right.
Because your path was so neutral that your gearing on the club has drifted that ball out to the right hand side. And this is what you've got to be so careful of when you hit lots of balls.
Yeah.
Is your eyes, the ball flight can lie to you on occasion.
And
that would be a perfect example of that.
Right,
When you start changing things, before you know it, you've lost track of where you're going.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's quite interesting.
I never believed that was going to end up right at the thing.
Based on the numbers that you produced.
Yeah.
The old PGA manual, which is what you would have had, and I had it, was right. Ball flight never lies to you. Net ball flight, you see this.
So you look at it and then you react to it. Whereas actually,
Oh, I mean, our teaching it's just changed infinitely.
Hugely.
I think some of the older guys will say, "Oh no, it's still doing the same thing," but we're proving more things, aren't we? We're proving more things.
These things are proving that to us, And there's technology. These drivers are here to help us.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to keep you on the straight and narrow as best they can.
Yeah.
But on the same scale as a poor strike can hurt you as much as it can help you.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's the matchups, like you said.
Absolutely right.
That's awesome.
So I think you've got a little bit of work in both departments there to take away and have a play with.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be going up on the driver. I actually wasn't thinking much. I was thinking about a little bit sort of this way on the driver, but not much. I was just thinking more of like exploding into it to get that up, and again trying to get out of the toe a little bit more. Yeah. So that sort of affects my brain. But yeah, the iron play, I'm going to just full on that from now on. I'll just go for sort of fades for everything and try and feel steeper, try and get into a better position down here.
Yeah.
And that's awesome.
And just send me your swing. Don't be afraid. Just ping it across, and I'll have a little look. If you go to the range after this and do whatever you think, just ping it across and just say, what do you think of this bit?